Here in Berlin, Chancellor Friedrich Merz today said that the focus on national security must be stronger. It comes after German media reported that investigators found a third drone carrying explosives near Leipzig's international airport earlier this month. On the night of August 4th, a drone carrying explosives was found near a Ukrainian cargo aircraft, prompting the airport's closure for several hours. A second drone collided with a plane that very night, while the third was discovered near the airfield 10 days later. The airport in Leipzig is a hub for transporting military goods. It also serves as a base for Ukraine's Antonov Airlines. Well, the chancellor says the drones are part of hybrid attacks, which include espionage, arson, and sabotage.
Germany has increasingly found itself in the crosshairs of hybrid attackers. This is demonstrated not least by the August 4th attack at Leipzig airport. Attackers are increasingly willing, with no scruples, to accept serious property damage and even injuries and deaths.
Well, for more now, I'm joined by Olaf Böhnke. He's the Germany director at Rasmussen Global. That's the geopolitical advisory firm founded by former NATO Secretary General Anders Fogh Rasmussen. Olaf, it's good to have you on the program. You know, for viewers who may not be familiar with the term, what exactly is a hybrid attack, and how does it differ from conventional military aggression?
Hi, Brian. Good to see you. I mean, hybrid attack is exactly as you said, and the chancellor, so everything which is under the threshold of an open military attack. So everything we cannot call a war or a military attack can be called a hybrid attack. So this includes cyber attacks, sabotage, disinformation. For instance, we are running into elections here soon, so all the disinformation around could also be part of this. Espionage, increasingly also drone operations now.
And authorities are investigating multiple explosive-carrying drones that were found near the airport in Leipzig. I mean, what does the apparent coordination of these incidents suggest about the sophistication of the operation?
I mean, what is important to state here is that Germany is not facing isolated incidents any longer. So Germany is facing a pattern. We had more than 1,000 suspicious drone flights reported by German authorities just last year, including 116 incidents around civilian airports. So we have seen this over and over again. But what makes Leipzig particularly alarming is that we're not longer talking about surveillance. I mean, the issue here is we've seen two drones which were loaded by massive explosives. So, and that's, I think, what's the concerning issue. So I think if this will be confirmed, what we have seen in reports, so this might be a new sort of escalation. So this is not longer we're watching you, but this is a signal actually of saying, so we are acting.
So what do you think the lessons will be that NATO will draw from this? I mean, could it trigger changes in how airports, military supply routes and logistics hubs, how they are protected?
Definitely. I think this is definitely the one conclusion NATO needs to draw from this. For the past year, so our concentration had been towards how we can support Ukraine, how we can strengthen our borders, and how potential whatever support on the ground in Ukraine and other allied partners could look like. So watch now is that, okay, Russia is not stopping at the border. They are already here. So, and they use these hybrid attacks. So they don't go in with tanks, but they go in very sophisticated with drones, with attacks. We have seen a number of assassinations over the past years, much of them actually linked to Russian spies, former Russian spies. So the Russians are willing to do something, and NATO really needs to beef up here. So how we protect critical infrastructure across the NATO allies countries.
Yeah, there's a lot of talking. I don't know how much walking there is in this story. I know that the German chancellor has promised that those responsible will pay. I mean, what options does Germany actually have if investigators conclude that a foreign state or a state-backed actor was involved with these drones?
I mean, you will not escalate this from 0 to 180. So the thing is, so we might see the diplomats will be sent back if this can be attributed to Russia. I mean, the attribution is key. So the question is, and this makes it much more difficult these days, so who has been behind this? But most of the experts agree this all falls into a very clear Russian pattern. So therefore, when we have seen this in the past, that Russian diplomats had been sent home, Russian diplomats who had been actually KGB agents. So this is something we know that sanctions, of course, are also on the table. This is something the EU is very strong at. Energy supply is also still something. Russia is still exporting energy, gas and oil also to Europe. That's something. But if everything is really coming to an end, so NATO could also call on Article 4, so which is the level below Article 5 actually to act by really standing together and taking almost military action against the potential threat.
That's a possible response. But if you have evidence that, let's just say Russia was responsible for planting these drones near the airport or at the airport, kicking out Russian diplomats, is that really an adequate response?
I mean, it's, as I said, so the war in Ukraine is definitely linked and connected to what's happening now in our country. And the question, of course, is we know that the same Chancellor Merz was very strong as an opposition leader to advocate for we need to send Taurus to Ukraine. So the moment he became Chancellor, actually, there was not a topic at all. So, of course, this could steer up the debate again, saying, OK, maybe we also need to help at least the Ukrainians to attack Russia much stronger in their motherland than they did before, while, to be very honest, actually the Ukrainians already developed their own measures and means by now and are doing already this. But that's also, of course, something which is possible, a much stronger, much stiffer support of Ukraine with military equipment to really fight back here.
Olaf Böhnke. Olaf, as always, we appreciate your time and your insights tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.